Sam, laptop ଧରି ଟିକେ ଆସୁ laptop ଟିକେ ଧରିକି ଆସୁ। ଆସ ଅନ୍ କର ନେଟ୍ କନେକ୍ସନ୍ हेलो सर
हाँ सर
हाँ सर
सर वॉइस ଟିକେ ବ୍ରେକ୍ ହେଲା ସାର୍।
ହଁ सर यूट्यूब लाइव टा भी ଟିକେ चेक कर दियंतु।
ହଁ ଏବେ ଆସିଲା ସାର୍, ଏବେ ଆସିଲା, କ୍ଲିୟର ହେଲା ସାର୍। ୟୁଟ୍ୟୁବ ଲାଇଭ ଦେଖିବି ସାର୍।
हाँ यूट्यूब लिंक
ହଁ ସାର୍ ଆପଣ ଯୋଉ ଦେଇଥିଲେ ସେୟାର କରିଥିଲେ ଗ୍ରୁପରେ, ସେ ଯୋଉ PWD ସେଲ୍ ଗ୍ରୁପରେ, ସେଇଟା ତ ସାର୍।
टेबल टाणु समस्त को एलाउ कर दो एटा है हां जे जॉइन करियो एडे एडमिट कर दो समस्त को हम एटा एटा मेसेज कर दियो मो मेसेज टा पठे दिछि मते डाउनलोड करि के ये वोट ऑफ थैंक्स टा मेसेज टा मते डाउनलोड कर दे देबो हला और लिंक टा एक्टिव करी मते दे दो हां सादा सर हेलो फोन करियो फोन करियो देखिए फोन करता है एठी करियो एठी हां कॉल कर दो ना सब कर दीजिए हां अच्छा connect
sir. The topic. So I just give the brief idea about the PWD cell. So it was formed in 2020, and then assistant professor. Why we are talking about the empowerment of disability? So the constitutional framework and all that. So there we can see like the discriminations. Yeah, we can see the discrimination. So
by the government. So the approach was not to suggest that the person with disability is some divinely figure who is different from the rest of the people in the society, but he or she is one of them. It's just that the person with disability has certain limitation with regards to their physical abilities that are functional or that are contextually functional in context of the social activities and personal or professional activities, right? That's what disability by definition is, a very broad umbrella term which refers to limitation, restriction, or impairment of functioning in personal, social, or professional sphere, right? With regards to any bodily function or intellectual function, right? So it was not to suggest that anyone is different from other. So when we use such terms, it becomes problematic from a larger sense of the perspective. However, of course, now it has been very appropriately adapted in the context of political usage when referred to when referred in context of persons with disability, right? So it is upon us how we look at the use of the term in context of persons with disability, right? And so it is very, very crucial and important that we use right kind of terms which has right context in terms of in context of referring to their needs and requirement. So my personal perspective in this context is that the ideal use of the term person with disability or differently able is still appropriate to a great extent when referring to persons with disability, right? Now when we use the term disability is with which a person is suffering or different people are suffering, locomotor disability and mental retardation. Now I have again a problem with this term mental retardation, but the act mentions the term mental retardation, and then of course the term has been defined as well. The interesting part is that in 2016 act of RPWD, this term mental retardation has been changed with mental illness or intellectual disability, which is a much better term to address mental illness, to say a few, right? Now, 7 types of disabilities were identified under PWD Act, and also the PWD Act made it necessary for the appropriate government to ensure uh, prevention and early detection of disability, along with ensuring right kind of inclusive education, environment and resources for employment and rehabilitation of persons with disability. This entire act, if you read the PWD Act of 1995, was intending towards the approach of social welfare of persons with disability. It was aiming to inclusivize the access to fundamental rights under Indian Constitution for persons with disability by the means of this act. So through this act, what was going to happen or what happened actually was that persons with disability for the first time could exercise their actual fundamental rights, and it was government's responsibility or the state's responsibility to ensure that there is a right kind of environment for persons with disability to access and enjoy and participate appropriately in process of uh, exercising their rights, whether it is to earn their living, whether it is to exercise their routine practices in the social sphere, or also conducting their politics was